Hello everyone, this is Hawaiian Air 2121 with a airport update of Newark Liberty International Airport. This airport means a lot to me. It is my hometown airport and I always go here whenever I fly. And I can't wait to show you guys this airport. Included in here are tons of United Airlines planes and a lot of new models, and I can't wait to show you guys, so let's begin. Starting us off is the Fedex Cargo Terminal. This is the first cargo section that you see passing by on the New Jersey Turnpike, passing by Newark Airport on I-95 North. And we have 4 FedEx Express jets over here. Starting us off is a FedEx feeder, Shorts 360, with service out to Cincinnati. Next up to that is a FedEx 757-200F, which is just staying here at the moment. It's going to depart for a flight out to Memphis in about 1 hour. And then we have a FedEx Express A310-300F. Now FedEx doesn't fly these anymore, but it's a super rare model and I really like this model a lot. So I still will be using it in my FedEx collection. And this FedEx Express A310-300 has just arrived in from a flight from Memphis. And last but not least, just by the cargo terminal office building, is a FedEx Express 777F, which has just arrived in from a flight from Los Angeles. Just landed is a Delta 737-700 with winglets and a new livery. This plane has just landed from a flight from Atlanta and is headed to Terminal B. So starting us off for Terminal A serves JetBlue, Air Canada Rouge, American, Alaska, and United Express. Terminal A once served Southwest, but when the MAX couldn't fly anymore, and there was grounded, Southwest pulled out of Newark, which was very sad to see. There's a lot more of U.S. carriers in Terminal B, and they're going to be building a brand new Terminal A in they're still building it. It's probably going to be open in about a year or two. I'm not exactly sure. But this is the old Terminal A, but we're going to be starting this off with gate A10 over here with a JetBlue ERJ-190 and the barcode tail, and this plane has service out to Boston Logan. Next up is a JetBlue Airbus A320-200 in the Boston Bruins Bear Force One livery. Now, I did see this plane in Savannah and at Newark Liberty, and it was very exciting. And this plane has service out to Savannah today. Next up to that, we have a JetBlue Airbus A320-200 in the high-rise tail, and with the red, white, and blue name on the plane. And this plane has just arrived in from a flight from West Palm Beach. Here we have a JetBlue Airbus A321neo made by NG Models. This is a new model and I highly recommend it. And this plane is just boarding its first passengers out for a flight out to Orlando later this evening. And then we have a JetBlue Airbus A321. This plane has Mint service on board for a flight out to Los Angeles, LAX, in a little bit. Taxiing to Terminal C is a United Airlines Boeing 737-900 ER in the Eco Skies livery. This plane is an awesome model, and this plane is just going to be taxiing to Terminal C from a flight from Orlando. And then we have a JetBlue Airbus A320-200 in the iHeart NY livery. This plane is just cleaning its cabin, and it's going to be boarding its first passengers in approximately 30 minutes for a flight out to Fort Lauderdale. Next up is an Air Canada Rouge Airbus A321, and I'm so happy to finally have this model to beef up my Air Canada fleet, and it has service out to Toronto today. Last but not least, for the A1 Concourse, we have an Air Canada Express -AQ400 with service out to Montreal. Alrighty, so now it's the A2 Concourse from gates A20 to A29. This is going to be served by United Express. And United Express flies out of terminals A and C. And starting us off over here, we have a United Express ERJ-145 in the Continental Merger livery. This plane has service out to State College, Pennsylvania. And then we have the gorgeous United Express ERJ-550 in a new livery with service out to Chicago O'Hare. This is the only tulip livery United Express that's going to be in this update, but I don't have a ton of United Express, so I decided to throw this one in here. And this United Express ERJ-170 in the tulip livery. This plans to fly out to Jacksonville later today. Here we have a JetBlue ERJ-190 in the blueprint livery, and this plane has service out to West Palm Beach. And then we have a United Express CRJ-700, and this plane has service out to Boston Logan. Last but not least, for the A2 Concourse, we have a United Express ERJ-170 with service out to Washington Dulles. So the last concourse in Terminal A is Concourse A3. This is served by American and Alaska. Used to be served by Virgin America, but since they merged with Alaska, it's just served by Alaska and American. And this American ERJ-145 in a new livery has just arrived in from a flight from Washington, Reagan. And then we have an American Airlines 737-800, which is just boarding its passengers for a flight out to Miami. Here we have an American Airlines A321, and this is another new model made by Angie Models I picked up for my birthday. This is a stunning model, and I'm so happy to finally have it and to use it for Newark. This American A321 is service out to Phoenix. And then we have an American Airlines Airbus A320, which has been delayed for about 30 minutes for a flight out to DFW. It's been delayed due to weather. And then we have a Sun Country 737-800, which has just arrived in from a flight from Minneapolis-St. Paul, and this plane is taxiing to Terminal B. Sun Country serves Terminal B, and we'll get to that next. Over here, we have an Alaska 737-800 and a Salmon 30 Salmon, Wild Alaska Seafood livery, and this plane is just getting its first passengers on board for a flight out to LAX. And last but not least, for Terminal A, we have an Alaska 737-900ER in the Honoring Those Who Serve livery, and this plane has service out to Seattle, Tacoma. Here we have a United Airlines Boeing 787-10 in the Continental Merger livery. This plane is taxiing to Terminal C from a flight from Los Angeles. And right over here we have an American Airlines Airbus A319 with sharklets, and this plane is about to be taking off for a flight out to Charlotte. Just taking off is a United Airlines Boeing 787-9 in the Continental Merger livery. This plane is taking off for a flight out to London Heathrow. So the next terminal is going to be Terminal B. Terminal B serves Delta, Spirit, Sun Country, Allegiant, Frontier, United international arrivals on all international flights. Now, as you can see over here, I have 2 concourses of Terminal B. There was not enough room to make a third concourse for Terminal B, and so there will just be 2 concourses for Terminal B. So starting us off for Terminal B, this is going to be the B2 concourse. We have an Allegiant Airbus A319 with sharklets, and this plane is going to be heading out to Orlando Sanford in approximately 1 hour. And then we have the gorgeous British Airways 787-8, and this plane is just getting its cleaning crew on board, and it's going to be de-cleaning the plane for a flight out to London Heathrow, and boarding will begin in approximately 1 hour. Over here we have a British Airways 757-200, and this plane has just arrived in from the gate from a flight from London Heathrow. Unfortunately, one plane that I ordered for this airport will not be here in time. It was the NG Models La Compagne 757-200. Now I know that La Compagne retired their 752s and switched to an all Airbus A321 fleet. However, I still ordered the 752 because I wanted it for this airport, but it will not be here in time, unfortunately. But instead, we have a Spirit Airlines Airbus A321 with service out to Fort Lauderdale. For the Delta Airlines gates, we have a Delta Airlines Airbus A321 with service out to Detroit. And then over here, we have a Delta Airlines Airbus A220-300 with service out to Atlanta. Starting us off with the B3 concourse, we have a Frontier A320neo with plans to fly out to Denver today. Now, I don't know where Frontier, Spirit, Delta, Allegiant, and Sun Country go in Terminal B. I'll have to do some more research of that, but for right now, I just put it in the B3 concourse. And over here, we have an SAS A350-900 with service out to Copenhagen. Also in the B3 concourse, we have a new model, a United Airlines Boeing 777-200 in the new livery, and this plane is at Terminal B. Now, United has some United international arrivals and departures out of Terminal B, as well as out in Terminal C. So we have a United Airlines 777-200 in a new livery, which looks great today. And this plane has just arrived in the gate from a flight from London Heathrow. So just arriving into the gate where the United 787-9 took off, we have a TAP Portugal A330-300 in the Portugal stopover livery, and this plane has just arrived into the gate from a flight from Lisbon. Then we have an El Al 787-9 in the El Al Retro 787 livery, and this plane is also a new model that I picked up I really like this plane. I've always seen the LL 787s here at Newark, and this LL 787-9 is preparing to take off for a flight out to Tel Aviv. And the last plane at Terminal B before reaching Terminal C is a Iceland Air 757-200 in the 50 years of aviation livery, and this plane is boarding its first passengers for a flight out to Reykjavik. About to take off behind the American Airbus A319 is a United Express ERJ-175 in the new livery, and this plane has plans to take off for a flight out to Cleveland. Alrighty, so now we're going to be starting off Terminal C. Terminal C at Newark is the biggest terminal in Newark, and it serves only one airline, United. Before United was the hub, it was Continental before they merged. And my Terminal C has 4 concourses instead of 3. It's my Terminal 4 layout for Phoenix. I just have every concourse filled with United Airlines planes. So it is not the most realistic Terminal C, however, it has a ton of United planes, and I thought it would be okay to do it. And starting us off for Terminal C, this would probably be around gate C70, is a United Airlines Boeing 757-200 in the Her Are Here California livery, an absolutely stunning plane that I saw at Newark Liberty, and this plane has service out to San Francisco. And next up to that, we have a United Airlines Boeing 737-800 in a Continental merger livery with split skimmers, and this plane is going to be boarding its final passengers on board for a flight out to West Palm Beach. Next up is United Airlines Airbus A320 in the A320 Friendship livery, and this plane is going to be its cleaning crew is on board, and it's going to be cleaning for its boarding for a flight out to Denver. Next up, we have a United Airlines Boeing 737-700 with plans today to fly out to Orlando MCO. Next up is a United Airlines Airbus A319 with plans to fly out today to Fort Lauderdale. And then we have 2 United Airlines United Express planes over here. Most of my United Express fleet was in Terminal A, but Terminal C also sees United Express planes. And we have this United Airlines Mitsubishi Dash 8 Q400, which they no longer fly anymore. But to beef up my United Express collection is United Express Dash 8 Q400. It plans to fly out today to Pittsburgh. And the United Express ERJ-170 in the back in the Continental merger livery. This plans to fly out today to Charleston. And right over here we have an American Airlines A319 and the Allegheny Retro livery, and this plane is taxiing to the runway for a flight out to Chicago O'Hare. Over here we have 2 United planes. The United Express ERJ-175 in a new livery has just arrived in from a flight from Asheville, North Carolina. And this United Airbus A319, the Continental merger livery, has plans to fly out today for a flight out to Dulles. Reaching into the heart of Terminal C over here, we have tons of United planes. We have the Star Alliance United 737-800, with service out to Fort Lauderdale today. Up next, we have a United Airlines Airbus A320-200 in the Continental merger livery, and this plane is just arriving in from a flight from Savannah, Georgia. Fun fact was I was on this flight. Next up, we have a United Airlines 757-200 in the Continental merger livery without winglets. This plane doesn't fly anymore, but I still use it because it's a great model and it's good to beef up my United collection. This plane has service out to Los Angeles today. And then we have the beautiful United 737-800 in a new livery, and this plane plans to fly out to, let's say, Chicago O'Hare. Right over here we have a United Airlines 737-700 with winglets in the old Continental merger livery, and this plane has just arrived into the gate from a flight from Portland. Next up is a United Airlines 737-800 in the split skimmers in the Continental merger livery, and this plane has just arrived into the gate from a flight from Cancun, Mexico. And then we have the Aeroclassics Airbus A320 United Airlines in a new livery. This plane was actually my first United plane in the new livery. I got this about a year ago, and while it doesn't look exactly like the United A320s in the new livery, I still will use it, and this plane is plans to fly out to Denver, Colorado today. And then we have a United Airlines 737-900ER with plans to fly out to Phoenix, Arizona. This plane has been delayed for about 1 hour due to weather. And over here we have another stunning United Airlines 757-200 This one is in the Her Here NJNY livery, and this is out of the two of the Her Here's. This is the one that I did not see in real life, and I really want to see this one in real life because it's an awesome model. This one's made by GeminiJets, and this plane has plans to fly out to LAX today. Then we have your United Airlines 737-900ER, which has just arrived into the gate from a flight from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Right over here, smack in the middle of all these Uniteds, is a Delta 757-200, which is just taxiing to the runway for a flight out to Minneapolis, St. Paul. And up next is a United 757-200 in the Star Alliance livery made by NG Models. This is one of my favorite United Airlines models, as I really like it a lot. And this plane is just leaving the gate for a flight out to Houston Intercontinental. Here we have a United Airlines 757-300 with plans to fly out to San Francisco. And over here is a model close to my heart, the United 767-300ER with winglets. This plane was the first United Airlines new livery plane I ever saw at Newark and in real life, and it is my favorite United plane in the new livery, and this plane has plans to fly out to Houston IAH as well tonight. In the back over here is a United 777-200, and this plane is just getting its first passengers on board for flight out to Tokyo and Narita. And over here is probably around C-120-121, is the United Airlines 767-400 in the Continental Merger livery. This plane will probably always be one of my favorite United Airlines planes, as I was on board this flight many years ago for a flight out to Honolulu today. Over here is a very, very gorgeous plane, a United 787-10 in the new livery made by NG Models. And this plane has plans to fly out to Denver today. And right over here is a UPS 767-300F with plans to fly out to Louisville today. Just approaching the gate is a United Airlines 777-300ER in a new livery. This plane has just arrived to the gate from a long flight from Hong Kong. And over here, the last plane at Terminal C is a United Airlines 787-8 in the Continental Merger livery. And this plane is just boarding its passengers for a flight out to Frankfurt. Over here is a United Airlines 737 MAX 9 with plans to fly out to Salt Lake City today. It is waiting in line for departure. Second line for departure is a Frontier Airlines A320neo in Sunny the Colored Lizard Tail, and this plane is second line for departure for a flight out to Cleveland. And first in line for departure is an Alaska Airlines 737-900 in the More to Love livery, and this plane is just about to take off for a flight out to Los Angeles. And the last plane of this update is a JetBlue Airbus A320 in the JetBlue Honors Our Veterans Tail, and this plane is taking off for a flight out to San Juan. So I hope you guys enjoyed this airport update of Newark Liberty. If you'd like me to do this airport again or add it to my list of airports I do, please write down in the comments below that you'd like for me to do so, as this was intended to be a one and only airport update, but I had a lot of fun doing this airport. I am more than happy doing it again. So if you'd like for me to do it again, just comment below. And if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing so. I would really appreciate it. I really appreciate all of the support that I've been getting from you guys. I really do appreciate it. It means the world to me, so thank you guys so much. It inspires me to do more content like this. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a great day.